cracking? What's cracking? Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News, sponsored by none other than Cali Gall. Presented to you none other by Serpo Jr. and who?
Big J.
Yeah, I got that flow, y'all. But here we go. Experimental drug for marijuana addiction shows promise. Small study finds. As marijuana use in the United States reaches record highs among young adults, there is a growing need to address its potential for addiction, experts say. A lot of us weed smokers low-key don't believe, you know what I'm saying, you can get addicted to cannabis. An experimental pill, the first in a new class of drugs, was shown promise in treating cannabis use disorder, according to the results of a small trial published Thursday in Nature Medicine. The drug known as AEF 0117 was found to reduce the perceived good effects of cannabis by up to 38% in a double-blind, randomized, controlled phase 2A trial led by researchers at Columbia University. Phase 2A typically means researchers are determining the proper dosage for the next stage of testing. No drugs have yet been approved by the Food and Drug Administration to treat cannabis use disorder, which is estimated to affect up to 30% of marijuana users, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. Signs of cannabis use disorder in young people can include struggles in school, such as deteriorating grades, changes in relationships, and giving up activities that they used to love, like being part of sports, teams, all right, you know what I'm saying, things like that.
Yep.
So those are some things to look out for, like if you actually have a teen or whatever it is that's indulging in cannabis use. So if they are displaying those type of activities, that's like, you know what I'm saying, like you probably ain't gonna be able to stop them, but like coach them into like, you know what I'm saying, staying active and doing what you're doing. If grades are deteriorating, you know what I'm saying, like coach them, hip them back up, you know what I'm saying, to actually get those grades up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it can be handled.
Yeah, and it's hard though, and in some cases it's easier said than done. Because once a kid is blowing, they might be already in the habit of getting a little lazy and shit like that though. So me personally, I don't think kids should be blowing. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to deal with the school and all that and all them aspects of stuff though, man. But hey, man, let's get it right and get it tight. Moving on. Majority of truckers support marijuana legalization and testing reform amid labor shortage. Industry report finds a strong majority of licensed truck drivers in the United States say that the federal marijuana laws need to change. And most say that current cannabis testing policies for drivers are steering people away from the transportation sector. Because it's hard because they get the random tests and all that kind of shit though. Amid a driver shortage, according to the new report. With the estimated 65,000 driver deficit in the country, the American Transportation Research Institution carried out an analysis of drivers' marijuana testing policies that also include revealing survey data from drivers who say that the status quo needs to change. More than half of the positive trucking industry drug tests are for marijuana metabolites, which can stay in a person's system for weeks after consuming it, like 30 days or some shit, though. That's what they say, how long they say it take. But I done seen people do certain shit, though, and it get out your system in a couple weeks, though. Man, you could beat that test, though. So weeks after consuming, the report published on Monday says federal prohibition has been highlighted as a potential disincentive for drivers to stay in the industry. And it has even been argued that loosening the restrictions on marijuana use would make the industry more attractive and widen the potential labor pool. Current federal law mandates that commercial drivers abstain from cannabis, subjecting them to various forms of drug screening from pre-employment to randomized testing. And that shit keep going. I think they need to lighten it up though, man. So
like that
they
right
can
there,
have them people on the road.
Like reports like this, it makes you just sit there and think like before, like we was like head on trying to get this shit legalized. You know what I'm saying? It was like be getting by all day, every day, smoking bud on the job,
Beating
traveling
the
from here to
test.
there.
Yeah.
But it's like now that the light is actually shined upon cannabis users. You know what I'm saying? They want to like come in and try to
Right.
regulate this, test this. Oh, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh shit.
motherfuckers is stuck.
Man. Moving on.
Court orders DC man to stop smoking pot where his neighbor can smell it. A Washington, D.C. judge ruled that a resident must stop using medical marijuana after a neighbor complained it was disturbing her. First off, I don't even think that should be straight. You know what I'm saying? If it's actually medical marijuana.
Right.
I thought this was going to be like at least recreational use, but this medical, like, nah, you ain't even got no say-so in this.
Man.
After a nearly 3-year-long court battle, Judge Ebony Scott ruled Monday night that Thomas Cackett could no longer smoke in his apartment or within 25 feet of his neighbor's home. Scott said while Cackett has a license to buy
Sound like they
medical
banging and
marijuana.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? No, but Scott said while Cackett has a license to buy medical marijuana, he does not possess a license to distribute the full use and enjoyment of one's land, nor does his license usurp this long established right. In DC, possession of up to 2 ounces of marijuana is decriminalized for those at least 21 years or older. It remains federally illegal. However, making the issue a legal gray area. That's kind of crazy because it's like this is medical use now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like how they say it's that little gray area right there. But I'm like, come on, man. Whoever that neighbor is, you is a real hater. You know what I'm saying?
On everything.
But shouts out to Cackett, man. Keep getting
Man.
blowed.
Keep getting blow. Moving on. U.S. legal cannabis market sales to soar to $45 billion in 2027, says top researchers. Even with last year's downturn, the U.S. legal cannabis market, which comprises both medical and adult use, is poised to reach $45 billion in sales in 2027. The bullish projection is the latest made by top cannabis researchers, which just released its key market forecast update. In addition to the long-term projections, estimates that the legal U.S. market is expected to grow 12% by the end of 2023, reaching $29.6 billion. The total global legal cannabis industry is predicted to reach 36.7 billion in 2023, with 80% of sales coming from the US market. A big reason for the surge, despite recent setbacks, is the booming cannabis market in states such as Missouri, New Jersey, and New York. And although mature Western markets such as Colorado and California have experienced sales stagnation or decline due to price compression, said Roy Bingham, co-founder of and CEO of BDSA. They will continue to account for a substantial portion of legal sales through 2027. So it's people that's winning. Basically, what I'm getting from this is people that's winning and it's people that's losing. And it's the big business is winning and the small business is losing in this. You know what I mean? And they're going to just, track it into 2027 to see if it reached that.
That's cool. That's cool. Big J got that up out of that, but it's crazy. I got that too though. But bullish, I just found out is another word for bullshit.
Right.
New York launches enforcement effort against unlicensed cannabis sellers. An effort to address the unlicensed selling of cannabis in New York launched on Thursday following an agreement in last month's state budget to address an issue officials have blamed on stifling the legal cannabis market in the state. Governor Kathy Hochul's office announced that multi-agency effort that will include enforcement officers from the Office of the Cannabis Management and the Department of Taxation and Finance to begin inspections of storefront businesses that are not licensed to sell cannabis in New York. Lawmakers and Huckle in May agreed to provisions meant to curtail illegal cannabis sales with a focus on civil rather than criminal penalties. Cannabis regulators can assist civil penalties on businesses with fines of up to $20,000 a day.
Damn.
So if you ain't got your shit up the par, man, you getting that $20,000 lashing. That's crazy.
That's probably their profit for the day type shit.
You know what I'm saying? A new law also created a tax fraud charge for businesses that are failing to collect or remit required cannabis taxes. The successful enforcement action against unlicensed storefronts and trucks selling cannabis in New York City serves as a clear message that New York State is serious about curtailing the operation of illicit enterprises, said Tremaine Wright, the chair of the state Cannabis Control Board. By enforcing the law empowered by new legalization, we are safeguarding public safety and the integrity of the legal cannabis market. Our mission is to create a fair and regulated environment that supports licensed businesses and protects customers.
Mm-hmm.
In some way, consumers. Really, same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
But like it seems as if like they trying to come up with shit to make it better. Like me being, you know what I'm saying, the cannabis consumer, our user, customer, however you want to say the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't seem like to have like problems as they try to put out to make it seem like, oh, we need this business better. So this, you know what I'm saying, consumer can be straight. Or for this business to be all right. These businesses that don't have licenses, you know what I'm saying? Just hypothetically speaking, that they don't. I don't hear a lot of people complaining about this shit. You know
because they getting it, they trapping. You know what I'm saying? They ain't paying no taxes. They ain't, you know what I'm saying?
These governmental people just trying to like speak to this shit to get word to it.
They fucking it over for the small business.
Man, that shit crazy.
Man.
That's your weekly news by Best Way to Smoke with Surfo Jr.
Jay.
Baby.